Hi, everyone. Welcome to Women in IT Day. I am really excited that I have the pleasure of being able to speak with you for a few minutes today. I'm going to share a little bit about my journey, and I invite you all to connect with me on LinkedIn, where you can share anything about your journey or yourself that you feel comfortable doing. This is really a great time for us to be leading in technology, for us to be leaning into technology, and our voices are really important. So the time is now for you to get involved, to stay involved, and to really understand how brilliant each and every one of you are. So I wanted to talk a little bit about feeling really small in spaces, or maybe navigating spaces that you don't feel comfortable in. For most of my childhood growing up, I was really often told little girls should be seen and not heard, right? That really helped to shape and form much of my childhood and my adult life. And those words weren't said to me out of malice. It's just what we did back then. I came from a very small place in England, a small country town called Oxford, and just the expectation was that I probably would grow up, get married, and perhaps have a couple of children. So I was also the only girl in a family of 5 brothers. So being quiet, being silent, sitting up and taking small spaces in rooms and walking into spaces where I didn't quite feel like I belonged. Listen, that's what I do. I did that for so long. So it wasn't new to me. And I repeated that through a lot of my career, where I was silent. I didn't speak up. I had that little voice of imposter syndrome that would often say to me, "You don't belong here," or "Why are you here?" And it took me some time to be able to quieten down that little voice of imposter syndrome and to know that I did belong and to really be able to take my seat at the table. And I hope that each one of you will do that as well. So I realize that when I'm being silent, when I'm being small, when I'm taking up less room in a space, and I don't mean physically, right? I just mean my presence, I'm really doing a disservice. And I'm not doing a disservice to me, I'm doing a disservice to each of you. I'm doing a disservice to every woman who's coming behind me. And so a few years ago, I really had to make a decision to be brave, a decision to step into the light and to be vocal and to be visible. Now, this does require bravery, because when we are visible, we open ourselves up to critique and we open ourselves up to the opinions of others. So it does require bravery. And I'm sharing with you that I was very vulnerable in those moments, and I'm still vulnerable sometimes. I still have to battle with that voice of imposter syndrome, who tries to tell me that you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you don't belong here, right? I still deal with that now. It is a process, it's a journey, and it's okay. So understanding that being silent, not using your voice, that's not what I want you to do. I want you all to speak up, to go into meetings and share your brilliant opinions, to offer that feedback. That's when you'll really start to recognize how wonderful that you really are. And we all have an opportunity to provide impact, particularly now when we're seeing so many advances in technology. We're seeing so much going on with AI, and your voices, they really need to be heard. If we don't build AI solutions that are inclusive, then we run the risk of not having AI be used to its fullest potential, right? We know that the systems are biased. It's up to us to really show up, to lean in, and to help spread the message about this bias and the harm that it can do, to have a voice in the development of systems, to be leaders in this space, and to make sure that we're building systems that are inclusive, that have our voice as women. And so now really is the time for each and every one of you to lean into your sphere of brilliance. Okay. I want to tell you, don't make yourself feel small in spaces. Not for you, and certainly don't do it for anyone else. Don't let anyone else make you feel small. Women are amazing. We have the highest levels of emotional intelligence. We are very adept. We're very diverse. We're very inclusive. And so we really need you to step into these leadership positions, to step into these positions in technology, to step into these positions of AI development. It's not just about us. It's about our future. Okay. All of our children, all of our family members, all of our future generations, they're really banking on you to come in and to be brilliant. So I want you to know that it is okay if you sometimes feel a little bit of fear, if you sometimes feel a little bit of anxiety, if you sometimes have a little bit of self-doubt. It's okay. It's completely normal. Just don't stay there, okay? Know that you are wonderful. Know that we need you. We need you in technology. I need to stop being quite often the only woman in that room. I need each and every one of you to join me. And so I hope that you do. I do hope that you will reach out to me on LinkedIn. I hope that you reach out to each other. I hope you start building this community of brilliance. And I hope that you're having the very best time at the Women in IT Day in Warsaw, Poland. Thank you for having me. Thank you for listening.